Shall we go?
I'm ready to get out of this place.
Imagine how I feel.
Maker.
Look, Alice. What happened here?
A message from Zara Renata. I can't believe it. You're home.
Sarah? Her people got this close?
The woman who runs the prison.
The Venatori witch who captured me.
Revenge for the breakout, maybe?
Where's Katerina?
She's...
The Venatori caught her in their confusion. I get one of you back, only to lose the other.
Lucanus, I'm so sorry.
I need to work.
Are you sure? You should take some time.
I don't need time. I need a target.
You just got here, and already you want to leave again?
Katerina gave me a contract. I'm not breaking the last deal she ever made. And I owe Rook. Once that's done, I'll come home.
You haven't explained what happened in the ossuary, Lucanus.
Later.
I won't forget.
Cousin, when you find Sarah, I need to be there.
We are under attack. Antam on one side and Venatori on the other. Forget revenge. We need you.
No, Viago. Sarah came for us here, in my house. She took Katerina from my house. You find her and cut her heart out, Lucanis. Vi and I will hold down the fort.
I'll give her your regards, Thea.
For Katerina.
The crows had lost a talon, but the demon of Irantium was free at last. Sooner or later, debts new and old would come due. And they would all be paid in blood.
They're the same thing. Mostly, kind of.
Except one will manipulate you, or kill you, or both.
But how do you get rid of them?
What's everyone talking about?
Spite.
The demon in Lucanus? When a person gets possessed, the demon usually takes control.
And they turn into a monster. The spirit just molds them however they want.
I've heard of abominations being cured by killing the demon in the Fade. That's not a sure bet, though.
Well, there's one way, but it's, well, we'd have to,
You'd have to kill me.
Well, that's awkward.
No, I like her. She's fun. I want to talk to her.
Before we do, well, let's think this through some more. There has to be a solution.
I have people in Marathus I can ask, but I wouldn't get my hopes up.
All right. So what next?
Let me talk to them. I want to talk to...
Lucanus!
Nope. It's fine. I'm fine.
What did he do that for?
Throwing a tantrum when he doesn't get his way?
But he could just take you over, make you do what he wants.
It's, not great, but kind of good news, in a way.
Don't pretend this is all right. It wouldn't be fine if another person did it.
No, but there's nothing I can do about it. If it were another person, I could solve this with a knife. Just give me a minute. He'll get bored once everyone leaves.
No offense, but having an abomination in the lighthouse makes me nervous.
Well, being an abomination makes me nervous too.
Lucanus.
Please.
Antiva is in rough shape under the Antom's occupation. I should check in with the other crows. You asked for time. Is this long enough?
Yes, my head's clearer, though I would kill for a decent cup of coffee.
Have you? For coffee, I mean.
Not today. You've got questions. You might as well ask them.
You're the best mage killer in the Antivan Crows. So how'd the Venatori catch you?
Someone set me up. I had a contract for Colivan, in the ossuary. I took a ship from Treviso to Minrathus. They were waiting for me. Knew which ship and when it would arrive. I don't know how they convinced the crows I was dead, but I woke up in the ossuary with Zara gloating about it.
I know Katerina volunteered you to work with us. Are you okay with that?
Did Viago ever consult with you before sending you on a contract?
Viago would barely tell me what the job was beforehand. But I'm not the demon of Virantium.
Katerina was first Talon. You don't refuse a contract from the first Talon. Not if you're smart. But there's plenty of reason for me to work with you beyond that, Rook.
Such as?
I owe you a debt, for one. And after a year in that hole, maybe I'm looking forward to stabbing a god or two in the back.
I know we brought you in as a specialist, but things are rough. I need everyone to help out.
Of course. I hate sitting idle, and it's better I stay occupied. You haven't asked about Spite.
From what I've seen, I'd say he picked the right name.
He's stronger when I sleep, so I try not to do it much. No one was in the ossuary by choice, not even the demons. We both did what we had to get out of there.
So if you're an abomination...
I suppose I should get used to that.
But I heard that only mages can get possessed by demons.
I'm skilled with a blade, but I promise you, without Spite, I have the magical talent of a brick. There must be some difference between a demon deceiving their way into a body and being forced into one. Only Zara knows for sure.
We need you. But if you're any kind of threat to us, I want to know now.
It helps to have targets to focus on, and you have no shortage of enemies. Leave Spite to me. If he's trapped in this world, he has good reason to fight for it. For now, I must honor our contract. Gods, magic, politics. Things are going to get very bloody.
I could have daggers in 100 necks by nightfall.
No doubt. But more necks would present themselves tomorrow.
I have other daggers.
Am I interrupting?
You're a crow, and a deriva. You're expected. Forgive Thea. You know how she gets when a contract is delayed.
You're apologizing for her? Strange days.
On that, we would agree, and perhaps more.
You want help against the gods. We want Treviso free. We now think they may be the same problem. The occupation has a face. The Antam commander, Keith Lord Butcher Dathrata. But Viago thinks killing him outright is short-sighted.
The Butcher took the city suspiciously fast. Removing him is useless if someone else can repeat that, with the help of gods or something else. We all know assassination is not really about killing. It's about sending a message.
And what message would that be?
The crows rule Antiva, and Treviso will be free.
Gods care about taking Treviso?
The Butcher wants Treviso. The gods may just want the Antam.
But Antam distrust magic and outright fear demons. They should be enemies.
Power can turn anyone against their own interests, their own people.
Sounds like you think the occupation wasn't just about force.
Cruel as the Butcher is, he didn't break the city with a siege. It was sudden and complete.
Like he had it all mapped. Where to march and what to close off to choke resistance.
He had inside information? Spies?
He had something.
And until we know what it was, killing him isn't the contract.
Butcher Dathrata. What do you know about him?
The Antam army fractured, split among warlords, and he seems to have kept the most traditional discipline. And the rank and file like it. His numbers keep growing, but the Butcher himself is odd.
Odd how?
He gives daily speeches about how the occupation is somehow merciful. And the way he talks, it's familiar. It's like he thinks he belongs here. And I won't have it.
We crows are all the army Antiva has, but it's not like we can field a garrison. Outside support?
The king would say to call on us. The price for being patriots.
So we send a message from the crows. What's our first step?
We have a scout named Dareth. He said he was onto something the Butcher was hiding.
He was in the Drown district, so that's a place to start. Find our crow and help with his contract.
Help a fellow crow. Then what?
We break this occupation. We craft the message one step at a time.
And when we finally assassinate the person who leashed Treviso, that death will tell everyone. The crows rule Antiva, and Treviso will be free. I've noted the location of Dareth and his cousin, Jacobus, in the Drown district. They're always together. Jacobus will be eager to help. Perhaps too eager for one so young.
Can you blame him? We've all lost too much to this occupation.
There's the place. Keep your eyes open. We may not be the only ones interested.
He was my cousin!
We've got Antam between us and our crows.
Well, they aren't gonna be there for long.
Don't worry. Taya and Viago sent us.
You're a crow? Kill them! Kill the Antam!
They killed Darren! They killed my cousin! Time to finish it.
That's done. Are you Jacobus?
Darren, my cousin. They... Please, You have to finish Dareth's contract. It's about the Butcher. My cousin was going to spy on the Butcher. He told me we'd pick up the contract from a dead drop. But then... someone has to finish this for Dareth. Please.
We will. You should get back to the diamond.
I will, just give me a minute.
We should see if Dareth had any information on him. That note said Dareth should pick up the contract at the usual place across from Taya and Viago. Just follow the marks. The crow who dropped it off left marks for Dareth to follow.
I saw something like that on a wall we passed earlier.
Let's go look. That's a crow marker. Real tricky to throw. That's gotta be Dareth's trail. Keep an eye out.
If the Butcher wants Treviso to thrive, he needs to let ships sail freely.
Another mark this way.
I'm glad the market's still open during occupation. It probably helps to feel that some things are still the same.
Almost feels like home. So,
here's another crow mark.
Well, anyway. So, are you getting used to your new abilities?
I'll be getting used to them forever.
Fair enough. We can't be sure you're even mortal anymore.
What? I was just exaggerating. What do you mean I might not be mortal? Nev? Nev!
This is where the marks lead. Dareth's contract must be here somewhere. The Butcher is making poison. Comic.
I've heard of it. It does things to your mind. Nothing pleasant.
If I were the Butcher, it'd be a good way to keep people in line. The Antam brought in a comic master to mix the poison. He's at the garrison. We stop him there before this goes any further. Over we go.
Track down Solus, help stop a ritual. Then I was supposed to go home.
You're not leaving, are you?
If the job's not done, then I'm not either. Consider yourself stuck with me. With the Illuvium working, I can keep an eye on my other cases too. It all pays the rent.
You still have your place in Minrathis?
The place is a hat box. But with the deal I got, you don't let that go.
Let's go.
Eyes up.
Over here!
Take them out, quick.
Hey, behind you! That's one for us.
let's find the comic master.
Be on top. This place is forbidden!
Not to the crows.
I'm there.
I can smell you, an outsider. Time to test my gift. I am will made flesh, so much flesh. Finally, the fight the Butcher denied has come to me. Prove my worth.
The crows are here to end your threat, poisoner.
Poison. You face the gift of the god!
Keep at it. We can't let this thing out. It's done. The comic master's dead.
Good. That's good.
First things first. Let's destroy the rest of the poison. Then we figure out what was going on here. That's the last of the poison, thankfully. Let's look for anything else that explains what's happening. Wait, this note says that wasn't all the comic. The Butcher's angry because some went missing.
Who got their hands on it?
No idea. But the note does mention the Butcher's inside traitor. The occupation had help. Taya and Viago need to know they were right.
Are you out of your minds?
Someone had to act.
They most certainly did not. I told you crows to stay out of this.
Out of what? Defending our home?
If we had a stronger civil government instead of a bunch of circus criminals, the Antam wouldn't have a foothold in the first place.
Who is this?
This is Governor Evenchi. They have concerns.
My concern is how you've endangered the city.
We're defending Antiva.
These protections are in place for the good of everyone. You act without oversight.
We crows are the oversight.
And yet, here we are, awash in Antam. And now, you've angered the Butcher.
It's bigger than whatever it is you're whining about. The gods are corrupting some of the Antam.
And the Butcher?
You two were right. He had help taking the city. Human traitors.
I didn't want to believe it. Killing the Butcher does nothing if someone could just sell us out again.
I'd start right here. You Talons are known for infighting and betrayal.
I've had about enough. A fellow crow died for this contract.
That's enough. Rook, thank you for finishing that contract. The only reward we have is to ask you for more.
I'm here for whatever hurts the gods.
Evenchi is right about one thing. The Butcher will not like that we're fighting back.
We need to be ready. Rook, I will have every crow tracking this traitor and the gods, and we will send word when we find something.
The stakes are too high. This should be left to proper officials.
Go back to filing trade receipts, Evenchi. The Crows rule Antiva.
And Treviso will be free. With or without you, Governor.
Rook, Ilario sent word. He's got intel on Zara. He wants to meet up. Fancy a trip to Treviso?
Sounds like fun.
Come on. Ilario will meet us at Cafe Pietra. It's not that far from here. We have time before he arrives. I wouldn't mind looking around a while. The markets are running. Good. I need to get some things while we're here. Treviso. Barely had time to look around when we returned from the ossuary.
This place, does it feel very different?
In some ways, more than I expected. But then, perhaps it's me. Ah, here.
Can I interest you in something shiny?
A potted plant?
For Harding's garden. Spearmint is supposed to calm bad dreams. It's good in desserts, too.
So, you and Ilario are cousins?
Yes, but we're more like brothers. Katarina took us both in, a long time ago now. Here's the place. Bellara mentioned the dayless seafood recipe she wants to make.
The demon of Virantium is grocery shopping for the team?
Have you seen what they eat? It's a miracle you didn't all starve before you hired me.
When we met, it didn't seem like Ilario and Katerina were close.
It was hard to be close to her, even for me, and I was her favorite. A good selection. Fresh fruit. Nev only eats fried fish. You'd think a detective would have discovered scurvy by now.
Is that everything on the list?
Yes, and Ilario should be here by now. Let's go before he gets himself in trouble.
You can't buy something for everyone but yourself. Here, this is for you.
A wyvern-toothed dagger? I loved wyverns as a boy. Katarina would never let me have one of these, though. Cafe Pietra is just ahead.
That's where we're meeting your cousin? Why not the casino?
House Cantori has many talents. Making coffee is not one of them.
Finally. I thought you might leave me here all by my lonesome.
Please. You think I'd ever pass up Cafe Pietra's coffee?
You see, Rook, my cousin is all stomach and no heart.
Don't mind him. Ilario cannot appreciate anything but himself. They serve a specialty roast here, Andoral's breath. Bitter and sweet, like a kiss goodbye. You should try it.
Right. I know we came here for coffee, but I prefer tea.
Ugh.
So, have we done enough Three Crows in a coffee shop chatting about nothing to bore the spies?
Just about. The most persistent one gave up when Lucanes started getting all romantic about the roasts.
It's a very good roast. So, you have something?
The crows I sent after Sarah have picked up her trail. They say she's gone to Virantium.
If she was here in Treviso to kill Katerina, she can't be in Virantium already.
Rook's right. Zara's giving you a false lead, cousin.
You have better information?
We're compromised. There's no other way Zara could even touch Katerina. You need your eyes here, in Antiva.
Zara would never be foolish enough to stay. Not with you out for blood.
Of course she would. If the crows protecting her are here.
Rook, reason with him, would you? He's being paranoid.
I am not paranoid. She came after me. She came after Katerina. She will come for you too.
If it'll make you feel better, I'll clean house, all right? Leave this to me.
He's gone.
Of course he is. Ilario always caves under pressure.
Your cousin only seems to hear about one word in 10.
He's always been this way. He hears what he wants to hear.
Bitter and sweet, you called that blend. Like a kiss goodbye. So, what would a first kiss be?
Honey and lavender cream. Sweet. Intriguing. And you? How would you describe it?
Every kiss is different.
Sometimes a unique pleasure should be just that.
That sounds like the voice of experience.
I've always thought that to live truly is to live fully. But even before I was captured, my life was not really my own. So much had been determined for me.
You must have found time for a little trouble along the way. And if you didn't, I can find you some now.
We'll see. You don't know how much trouble I can handle yet. How's your tea?
An inviting start with hidden depths. Ready to head back to the lighthouse?
Almost. Rook, do you have a minute?
Of course. Something wrong?
Thea wants to meet.
Any day you spend with the 7th Talon is a good day.
She wants to plan Katerina's funeral.
Oh, right.
If you don't mind, I could use some backup. In case Spite gets out of hand.
Let's not keep Taya waiting.
Good, you're here.
Thank you for making the arrangements, Thea.
For Katerina? How could I do otherwise? I'm so sorry, Lucanis. This must be such a blow. Rook, thank you for coming with him. I need Juan de la Muerte to plan this. His cousin has been no help at all.
I'm sorry, Thea. This is just too much right now.
If there's anything I can do, just say the word.
You're always such a dear. You certainly didn't learn that from Viago.
Thea, don't flirt with my colleague.
Jealous? Fine. To business, then. There's a lot to plan. But first, I need the ashes.
Ashes?
Make it help us. Yes, the ashes. Katerina's ashes. From the cremation?
Oh, yes. Of course. I'll get them to you right away.
Ilario, what happened?
What do you mean?
Katerina, how? How did the Venatori get to her? When? Where? In the estate? In the city? How did they get past our people? What did they use? Poison? Blades? I need to know.
Cousin, stop. You can't dwell on this. It'll drive you mad.
I'm not dwelling. Zara killed the first Talon. I have to know how if I'm going to stop her.
I told you. I'm handling it.
Boys, enough of this. We have other things to discuss.
My apologies, Andrea. Continue without me. I'll get you the ashes.
Something's going on with him. I don't know what.
When he's not on the job, my cousin always has his head in the clouds.
Hilario can be a handful. But this? The only time I've seen him like this was when Lucanis died. You're worrying, aren't you? What will people say if they hear the demon of Virantium has a big, soft heart?
He's been careless at times, but never when his own life was on the line. Zara took down the first Talon. Anyone could be next. And my cousin doesn't want to think about it?
You have a point. It's not like Hilario to ignore a knife coming at him.
What do you need from me for the funeral?
Come. I'll get us some drinks and we can make the arrangements.
Our house owes you for handling all of this.
Katerina was family. Can you imagine what she'd say if she saw us all like this?
She'd be furious, especially Alilario, as usual.
How did you stay on her good side?
What good side?
To hear Katerina tell it, Lucanis can do no wrong.
It's easy to look good standing next to my cousin.
I'll have my people keep an eye on him for you.
Thank you, Thea.
Go on. I'll let you know if something comes up.
I'm heading out to practice my new magic. I could use some moral support. I really have to get better at using my new abilities. Don't want to drop a rock on someone's head.
Were Varric and Solus close?
I thought they were friends. They seemed to get along, but maybe...
Maybe they weren't actually friendly.
It's hard to accept that someone you know could lash out at a friend. Maybe I'm being silly. People do horrible things to their friends, don't they?
All the time. But, well, look. Nothing silly with wanting people to be nicer.
I can't lose the holler. We need the holler. Oh, it is so dark out here. Is the path shifting? The tracks go in circles. But how? No, we're not lost.
Maybe if we found the people the spirit's talking about, that might help.
Trapped. Can't get out. Oh, it hurts. It's dark. Please. They didn't know what to do. They didn't want to die. Stop the thoughts. Stop the fears. Quiet, please. Make it quiet.
I've seen spirits overwhelmed by bad emotion. Eventually, they turn.
Could this spirit sense the agony of the Dalish who recently died in the forest?
Help them. Help me. I can't move. Why can't I move? Can't feel my legs. They're not legs. Skin like bark. Splinters in my veins. Stop it! Stop it! Grab the axe!
What's this? A Hala statuette. They died holding this. And all these Hala corpses. Didn't that spirit say something about Hala?
Tracking Hala. Getting lost in the dark. Then trouble.
Those statues don't look right.
Looks like wood, and they're not just statues. I think these were people.
What happened to them? It's like they were frozen mid-stride.
Arlithin turned them into trees?
I've found something. They came in for shelter and couldn't get out. The spirit probably felt their fear too. It's completely burned. That must have been a big fire. And this scorched relic, is this what started the blaze?
A fire like this would have been terrifying. So the spirit gets overwhelmed by fear.
Trouble, Scout. spotted.
Time to fight! Now!
Ready to go yet?
I'm ready. Let's go.
A broken alluvian over there. No fixing that. He couldn't stop it from corrupting everything around it, including himself. So many dead. So many things left behind. I wonder if we could somehow memorialize them. Let's head back to that spirit. Maybe we can ease its distress somehow.
I can't move. Why can't I move? Can't feel my legs.
I found those people. You don't have to feel this way anymore.
So much fear before the darkness. Make it quiet. Make it go away.
I don't understand.
It's trapped in their last moments. Perhaps a gesture that makes it believe the dead are put to rest.
You got it.
Any ideas what that does?
I bet it taps into the Fade. But how is the question? Elven artifacts can get complicated.
Maybe it's connected to all the floating ruins.
Heard ya.
Here goes. You were fighters, scholars, explorers, friends, family, and lovers. We will remember you as you lived, and not as you died. Go in peace. Rest well.
A moment's pain does not undo a lifetime of hope. Thank you.
This should be perfect. It's wide open, lots of rocks, and away from people. I don't want to try anything where I could hit someone.
Oh, this sounds exciting.
I know. Come on.
Being able to move the terrain's going to be really useful for a scout.
Getting up high, for good vantage.
Let's try it out, for practice.
All right. See this rock? I'm gonna move it. Oh, awkward.
Maybe if you used words?
What? Tell the rock what to do?
Sort of.
It's not a dog.
Yeah, but just try it.
Fly! Oh, you are the worst. The worst! So, a mental cue. Some kind of emotional trigger.
Maybe you could think about how your abilities protect us.
Instinct. Protection. Shield myself. Shield others. If I had this magic before, I could have... I could have protected the people who matter.
You can't be everywhere. even with these abilities.
I should give up and not even try?
Didn't say that. I just meant that no one's safe forever, even with magic.
Either way, I think I'll need more practice with this. Don't you?
I wonder what's up there. Think you could find us a route?
Maybe. I'll take a look.
I bet you could move this to give us something to climb on.
Of course.
Well done. Let's find another rock for you to practice on.
The multitudes called out, finding solace in each other.
What?
I don't know. I was just saying something, wasn't I? Huh. Just came to me.
Think you could clear a path for us?
Heard ya.
Look at that. You're getting good. Want to try another one?
Why not? You got it. There you go.
Practice is really helping, huh?
I might even be ready for a bigger challenge now.
Over here.
So many rocks. And they feel different. That one's granite. That one's slate. I think that one might be quartz. I wonder if the rock's composition affects my magic. Sorry, just thinking out loud. Let's get back to it. Practicing, I mean. Leave it to me.
Let's find a couple more.
Got it.
It's no trouble for you now.
I know. This is great. Right.
Good work. You got the hang of this stone thing.
I'm definitely getting there.
What was that?
Someone's in trouble.
Over here, Harding. We need to move quick.
Please, someone! Is anyone out there?
Someone's in trouble. We need to go.
I can't move.
Hold on. Up over there. I bet that's where he is.
How about if you move this rock? There he is. Let's hurry. Easy.
Maker, I thought I was dead for sure.
How are you feeling? How's the leg?
Broken, I think. But I'm alive. And I'm grateful for that. The rocks. How did you do that?
Harding?
Do you hear that?
Hear what?
Sister, I feel you, touched by the ancients as I was. Find me. Look to those closest to the stone, and find me.
Harding? What's wrong? What are you hearing?
I'm sorry. Let's just get our friend to safety, and then we'll talk.